Hello, gorgeous soul, and welcome to this epic podcast. This is a place where you are encouraged and you have absolute freaking permission to unapologetically go after all of your dreams, all of your visions, all of your things on your vision board, like everything that your heart desires. I'm your host, Angharad, the High Vibe Babe, and I believe that we're all in this life to expand and experience our wildest dreams. If one of us can have it, then we all can. So that is the aim of this podcast. Each week I'll either be going solo or have guests with the aim to inspire, uplift you and give you the tools for you to live your most epic AF life and business possible. You can find me on Instagram with the handle @HighVibeBabe. Now let's get into today's episode. Welcome. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to have you here. Angharad here. Now I just want to do a little bit of a disclaimer for this episode. Now, it is absolutely phenomenal. There is so much amazingness jam-packed in here. However, I recorded this training live in my Facebook group, High Vibe Babes community, and my husband was actually disciplining my child for the second half of this live. So there is a little bit of child noise / screaming / discipline action going on in the background. However, a lot of it actually really tied into what I was saying. I could have re-recorded this episode, but I was like, actually, you know what? It has quite a bit of magic too. And you know, we're all real human. So if a child being disciplined in the background is something you really don't want to hear, I am not offended at all, girl. If you don't want to listen to the rest of this episode, totally fine by me. But if you're like, yes, girl, I don't mind, it happens all the time in my life, then, you know, you're going to get a lot of value out of this. So here we go. Hello, beautiful. Just want to welcome you into day 3 of Soul Biz Startup Crash Course. We have so many crazy, epic things coming into today's like module live training. It's amazing. I'm so happy. So today's topic is align your mindset with your vision, dealing with not feeling ready and avoiding burnout. We are going to start with something little and then we're going to do a visualization. I love me a good visualization, but I'm going to keep it short, but it's going to be still impactful, all right? Okay, so we're going to get stuck into the mindset. Okay, so firstly, how do you align your mindset with your vision? Good question. Okay, let's firstly go a little bit the background into mindset. I'm not sure if you've heard me talk about this before. If you have, then you know this. If you don't, then you don't. This is going to be really helpful. Okay, so the first thing is your beliefs drive your thoughts. Your thoughts drive your feelings. Your feelings drive your actions. Your actions drive your results. And your results, over and over again, also impact you and go back to your beliefs. So it's like this cycle. So all of these things are determined, like all of this is our mind, like our top 3 things are in our minds, it's in our mindset. So they are very, very, very important to understand. So when your results are out of alignment, then your mindset's out of alignment, right? But right now we're going to jump into a visualization. It's going to make a heck of a lot of sense afterwards as to how this relates. It's going to make a lot of really cool, exciting sense. So we're going to close down our eyes for a minute, and I want you to take 4 big, deep cleansing breaths, and you're going to pause at the top and let it all out, a long, slow breath. What you're going to see in front of you is your 90-year-old self who has done everything she wanted to do. She is so happy with the life that she created and the impact she made in this world. Maybe you walk over to her. Maybe she gives you the hugest hug. Or maybe you just watch her from afar. I want you to notice, or for her to tell you, what she did for work. How did she feel as she did these things? What did it bring to her doing her soul work on this planet in this lifetime? And she's either going to tell you or just going to know, but she has some advice for you for something you've currently been thinking about or worrying about, or something you've been trying to decide on. And you might give her a big hug. And come back to the present moment. And when you feel ready, open your eyes. Take a deep breath. And you can either type in here what you saw or felt or what happened, or you can write it down so you're able to capture this moment. But I want you to really feel what it felt like to be in her presence and what it felt like to experience, what she felt like to experience her life. And the next thing I want you to write down or think about is, or type in here, is in your current life, what do you spend your most time thinking about? And write a list. There might be 10, 20, 2 things, whatever it is. Think of all the things you currently think about mostly. Because if you're watching on replay, you could pause it here if you'd like to. Everything in creation was first a thought. The world, that's how God did it. The chair you're sitting on, your phone, your house, your hair dye. Someone first thought this, and then it was put into action and it was made and created. So everything was created by a thought. So tell me, are your thoughts in your current life aligned with your 90-year-old highest self? Your thoughts are constantly creating. Where are they out of alignment with what you desire? These are some amazing journal prompts to go through. But this is how you align your mindset with your vision of your business, of your life, of your dreams, of everything you want to accomplish. This is how you do it. So I want to know, do you now feel like you have a clear picture of what you should focus on now? How are you feeling? Are you feeling triggered? That's okay. Are you feeling excited? Do you feel clear? Do you feel enabled? Did you get the answers you wanted? Was it just like really hard? All of the above? So the thing that leads on really nicely to this is, okay, I've got a plan. I know I need to follow my thoughts. Yeah, cool, let's go. Oh, but I don't feel ready. I don't feel like ready to like share my stuff online. I don't feel ready to like, learn how to do all this stuff and sacrifice the time in my life. You're just not ready to deal with other people's shit they're gonna give you, or you think they're gonna give you, or your partner's judgments, or your partner's comments, or having to explain it to anyone. What is it that you don't feel ready around? Because I gotta tell you, girl, no matter how nervous you feel, no matter how overwhelmed you feel, no matter how much you feel like you just don't have the capabilities, or you can't commit to things, or that you've got enough financial pressure so you can't do this thing, or you're worried, just absolutely batshit worried about people's opinions on what they're going to think and what they're going to judge and what they're going to say. You just don't feel confident, or you're not sure that you can own it when someone asks you what you do. I'm going to tell you something. Firstly, I've been here. I have felt all of these things I've just described, which is how I know you're feeling them, because I just described my own feelings. So me looking into your soul is really looking into my own. So I get it, 100,000% get it. But you will never, ever feel ready. You just won't. Because feeling ready comes with confidence. And confidence comes from practice and repetition and getting the results that you desire. But you can't get the results you desire until you jump and do the thing. So it always feels like a giant fucking leap anytime you go and do something that you haven't already practiced and that you don't already feel confident around and that you don't feel ready to do. It always feels like a leap every time. There's things you can do to make it easier, don't get me wrong, like partnering with someone, or sharing with a friend, or working with a coach, or doing a lot of research, or like practicing small baby steps. You do a Facebook story before you then go on a live, or there's things you can do to transition. But ultimately, your subconscious mind, it is going to be outside of its comfort zone. So it's going to send all of their fear signals for you to not feel ready. Because the other thing is, okay, I want to ask you, which came up in a coaching call that I did tonight, is when was the last time, or ever, that you did something for the first time and felt ready and confident to do it? Has that ever happened? No, not for me. It always comes with practice. I've never done something for the first time and it felt great and right and perfect and aligned. Okay, I can feel aligned, but it can still feel really scary, There's always the fear. There's always the element of not feeling ready. I hope you can't hear my child in the background, but if you can, Dad's disciplining her. He's got it down. Yeah. So it takes a big element of faith, okay? And like knowing, you just know. I mean, the first video, the first live I did, the first training, day one, which was around like how to know if you're ready to start a soul biz, really went over these sort of things, like, so you should go back and watch that if you haven't watched it already. Victoria Kitties, haha, the feels heart. My kid's always in the background. Yeah. The beauty of children. And the tantrums, the 3-year-old tantrums, they are real, but it's okay. She's going to be a strong, independent adult. That's what I tell myself anyway. So the next thing that I felt really compelled to talk about, because it's something that I see quite a lot online, sadly enough, and also I have had touches throughout my business walk where I'm like, this sort of stuff happens, which is actually around burnout. So, and this can happen whether you're an entrepreneur or not, to be honest. It can happen like just being a mum, like I say just, with the most respect, and that is 100% not the right word to use for being a mum. That is a lot in itself, okay? My hat goes off to every single mum or dad. We're amazing, all right? Like, straight up. But I truly believe, in my experience, burnout actually comes from not looking after ourselves enough, or ever in my past case, sadly. And because I went to an event this weekend, and one of the speakers talked about, one of the things he said is that life is just a collection of days. To live an intentional life, you have to live intentional days. Whereas we often feel like, oh, there's always tomorrow, or oh, there's next decade, or there's when my child isn't tantruming anymore. That's when I can go take care of myself, when they can like not lose their shit when I give them to eat vegetables. You know, there's like, or like when they're teenagers, there'll be so much more time, right? Yeah, like I'm trying to be so much better then. Yeah, I'll have time to look after myself then. Prioritizing yourself will avoid burnout. Yeah, and I know especially us mums or the people who are really career driven or whatever it is, we're like, but I've got kids, so I have to look after them. But in all honesty, what legacy do you want to leave your children? Do you want to leave your children that mum did everything for everyone all the time? Or do you want to leave the lesson, the legacy for your children that mum did everything all the time, but she looked after herself first, so she wasn't a nutcase? That's what I want to be. Because our children, everyone around us, they don't they don't copy us or honor us or look up to us for the things we say. They look up to us from the things we do. And our children copy what we do, not what we say. So our actions, our intentional actions is what helps everyone else. It helps us feel way better in the moment, but also it's how we live an intentional life and it's how we avoid burnout. Do you want to step into your soul work with great intention? Do you want to have more confidence around if you want to have more confidence around your finances and just stop avoiding things. Like you really want to be able to mesh your visionary and your strategic Sally from accounting, aka your brain, your human who's got needs. You want to mesh them all together for your soul, because like when it's all together, it's the best foundation you can fly, because everything is in alignment. Alignment is like kind of a really overused word. It really does explain how this feels to me, which is that it goes like this and it's all aligned and everyone wins, because your visionary gets to live out her dream and your human gets to not worry about these things because the boxes have been ticked. You understand these things and you have a clear path to get to what you need to get to be where you want to be in your business and your soul business and your visualization that you had for your 90-year-old self. That happiness and that fulfillment and that energy level, that gets to be a real thing because your human has been taken care of. Because yes, we are spiritual beings having a human experience, but we can't deny the fact that we are actually human. And the human got needs. All of these things, all of this combined is what I go through in the Human of Wealth, which is my program. I realized that I've only really done lives about it. I haven't really done much typing up about it. So if you have any specific questions or you haven't seen all the lives, firstly, you can go back and watch the other lives. This is day 3 of the series. If you have any questions at any point, you can message me. So it's a program. It's an online program. I also have an FAQ train like live as well. I did about it. But it's an online course and it's just under 3 weeks. We begin on Wednesday, 2 days time, and then there's 5 modules and we do visualizations. I've got accounting templates. I've got, we answer your questions as we go. I've got intuitive guidance from me. The investment is $111 and I'm very, very happy and proud. And we have quite a few people in this group now. So I'm so excited for this to begin. If you want to join us, there's still time. Obviously, we start on Wednesday. So I really hope you have enjoyed this training. I really enjoyed it. Thank you for being here and feel free to message me any questions you have about the Human of Wealth or any of the things that, any of the answers to the journal prompts and the visualizations and stuff. I'd love to hear back from you as well. I hope you have a really, really lovely day wherever you are, and I will see you again tomorrow for day 4 and final of the free training series for the Human of Wealth. Take care. Bye. If you have enjoyed this episode, I would adore if you would screenshot it, chuck it up on your stories with your favorite takeaway moment, and tag me at High Vibe Babe on Instagram so that more people can see this and get this content and get this message out there to really shape and change and impact other people's lives. Do you desire to be around more high vibe women who really get you, who encourage you, who support you no matter what? Yeah, well, guess what? I have a place that you belong. It is called High Vibe Babes Community. It is a free Facebook group, and I would love to have you in there. There are so many free trainings and epicness in this group, so please get your booty in there. It would mean the world if you would subscribe to this podcast, do the reviews, the rating, the stars, all of the things. Thank you so much for being here. I cannot wait to chat with you on the next episode. I'm sending you all of the vibes and all of the love. Over and out from Encourage the High Vibe Babe.